The actress from Lilo and Stitch and the girl from The Ring passed away in the saddest way possible. We're talking about Daveigh Chase, who was the girl from Laro. She was Lilo. She was the voice of Lilo in Lilo and Stitch. She was also the voice of Chihiro in Spirited Away in the English version. She also appeared in Donnie Darko. She was Donnie's younger sister. I mean, we're talking about the one in the middle. That's right, she was in Donnie Darko, a cult movie, and for many years the internet was filled with images or memes like this one. Look, Daveigh Chase, hold your breath before seeing what she looks like at 32 years old. Most people would say that as kids, they didn't want the girl from The Ring to appear to them, but now they do. You get what I mean, right? The problem is that while people were sharing these images, they didn't know that this woman was going through hell. Just like this woman. A woman living a real nightmare to the point that, listen up, Daveigh Chase was missing for 10 years before she died. Just as you heard, 10 years missing. That is, these photos you're seeing here, most of them are from 2014-2015, and then she disappeared around 2017. Boom, she vanished. Nothing was ever heard from her again. And listen, this woman was a billionaire. I mean, just so you understand, she had millions in her bank account that she hadn't withdrawn, and guess where she was? She was homeless, a person without a home in Los Angeles. She was literally living as a homeless person in Los Angeles. In fact, please pay attention to these images as they might be a bit disturbing. After investigating, it was discovered that the actress was homeless and living in very poor conditions inside a trailer with her partner. Let's look at this photograph. Well, here. She's covered up, so it might look like a normal photo with the dogs and everything, but here we have another one. Look at how she looked. Do you see that? She was unfortunately at a very, very low weight. She was malnourished, and in fact, that's exactly why she passed away. For years, her boyfriend, who is this man here, tried to save her. He even started a fundraiser, but it was already too late.
Shocking photos of former child actress Daveigh Chase supposedly show her living in extreme poverty in Skid Row, downtown Los Angeles, during the last days of her life. Just one day before her death, her boyfriend Roy Hernandez launched a GoFundMe campaign after Chase was diagnosed with meningitis and several serious blood infections. According to the fundraiser, doctors had warned that she didn't have much time left to live.
Imagine it says right here she was an actress or is an actress from Donnie Darko, Lilo and Stitch, and Spirited Away.
In the campaign, Hernandez wrote, "Many people know her as a talented child actress from Lilo and Stitch, Spirited Away, and Donnie Darko, but behind the scenes she has faced more than her share of hardships." After a difficult childhood and a painful break with her family, Daveigh was harassed and struggled to find safety and happiness in downtown Los Angeles. He also shared this message about their future together. All she ever wanted was a place where we could live together, feel safe, and be happy. Now, more than ever, I want to give her that sense of home and peace in her final days. Tragically, Chase passed away just one day after those words.
Just imagine, guys, it's really tough. How sad, right? What a tragedy. Now let's take a look at this.
Who would have believed that in the 2000s, the same girl who made us afraid of the phrase 7 days, who made us terrified of televisions and answering the house phone, would be exactly the same girl who would teach us the true meaning of family? Go
Hanneman's family.
In 2002, a 12-year-old actress named Daveigh Chase achieved something that I think is absolutely crazy and that very few actors have repeated throughout Hollywood history. Only 4 months apart, she was on the big screens all over the world playing two of the most iconic yet most opposite roles of the decade. On one hand, she gave us the sweet, rebellious and funny voice of Lilo in Lilo and Stitch, and on the other, she stepped into the role of Samara Morgan in The Ring. Hey, please tell me I'm not the only one traumatized by that movie. I think many of us are. Samara Morgan became one of the scariest characters in 2000's horror, so much so that it helped her win the Best Villain award at the MTV Movie Awards.
Best Villain at the MTV Awards, and she was just a little girl. But of course, guys, she was the girl from The Ring. I mean, I don't know about you, but at least I remember that in school we all knew about the girl from The Ring, and she was like that scary character, total terror.
She surpassed other well-established adult villains of the time. I mean, our childhood and adolescence were always accompanied by Daveigh Chase, and I think many kids hadn't even realized it. I'm not just saying this because of Lilo and Stitch or The Ring. Daveigh Chase also voiced Chihiro in Spirited Away.
An iconic movie. I mean, if you haven't seen Spirited Away, you should. It's one of the best animated movies of all time. You just can't imagine how impressive and spectacular that movie is.
An absolute classic from Studio Ghibli, but if you're more into cult or alternative films, this girl also played Samantha in Donnie Darko.
Guys, if you haven't seen Donnie Darko either, oh my god, what a movie. It's a crazy movie, spectacular, 100% recommended. Seriously, if you haven't seen Donnie Darko, what are you waiting for? Go watch it now.
Yes, Donnie Darko's sister. I mean, the versatility of this girl at just 12 years old was impressive. Friends, I have some news for you, news that surprised me and I think has touched the hearts of quite a few people. Daveigh Chase passed away 2 days ago at the age of 35.
Just imagine, but it's very important to clarify that these photos we all know of her are old. I mean, she was 22 or 23 years old here.
An incredibly young age. She had been struggling with health complications for about a month.
She had been struggling with mental health issues for more than a decade. Because I'm telling you, she was homeless, she was living on the streets not because of financial problems. This woman had plenty of money. I mean, this woman had a lot of money in her bank account. Well, what do you want me to say?
Derived from a severe case of meningitis. For those who don't know, meningitis is a severe inflammation of the membranes that cover the brain and spinal cord. In her case, the situation became complicated to the point of causing a blood infection. Unfortunately, this ended up causing her death. An absolute tragedy for such a young, versatile, and talented woman. Although Daveigh had been away from the public eye in recent years, her impact on pop culture remains forever.
And it's a huge impact. We're talking about the voice of Lilo, the English voice of Chihiro. We're talking about the girl from The Ring. I mean, just so you can grasp the level here, we're not talking about just any actress. It's incredible. The problem is that in recent years her career declined, right? Especially the 5, 6, 7 years before her mental health problems. And to her ending up fighting with her family and going to live on the streets of Los Angeles. Before that, her career was already declining, it was already falling apart. And sadly, this happens to many child actors in Hollywood. A lot, but most people had no idea she was in this situation. Her family, as such, never reported it. Never. Never. I mean, people didn't know that this woman was homeless. They didn't know. It's incredible. In fact, she has social media accounts with many followers. Accounts that have been inactive for almost a decade. And I think the vast majority didn't realize this. What this woman went through. And despite being a very young, beautiful, talented, wealthy, famous, and successful girl, despite all that, being maybe 24 or 25 years old, she decided to disappear. And then, a decade later, we found out that she had passed away. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And yes, may she rest in peace now.